Flora. I'm a mom of two and a licensed counselor and parenting coach who's been working in this field for 12 years. I'm so excited to share with you my 3 top secrets to calm, confident parenting. And these are things that I have had to learn the hard way. I knew things professionally, but in my heart, I struggled so much in young parenting. I felt often overwhelmed and anxious, and my promise to you is that in these 3 key secrets to help you move from feeling overwhelmed and anxious to calm, confidence, and ease. So stay with me through all 3 parts to truly get there. First, let me tell you about one of the most embarrassing moments I've had as a mom, which of course happened in front of about 40 other parents all watching me. I remember it like I'm standing there right now. Man, it was like I walk out onto the deck of the swimming pool area with my son for his first swim lesson. And he seemed happy, and I said, okay, looks like everything's gonna start. See you soon, Caleb. Then the ball dropped, and it was like screaming and clinging. He's clawing at me. He's pulling at my swimsuit, and just nothing is working. I'm just like, why are you being this way? Why do you have to be so difficult? And mainly because I just felt so out of control. The chaos of the moment just overtook me, and it was like, here we are again. One more time that I don't understand why my kid is doing this, and nothing that I'm doing seems to be able to change it. Have you been there? And if you have, I wonder if maybe you are making one of the 3 key mistakes that I was completely making in that moment with Caleb, and I see clients that work with me making all the time. Mistakes that with the best of intentions lead them to still be struggling with their child. And when they solve these 3 key mistakes, unlocking more joy and ease. So let's talk about what they are. The first is parenting from the neck up. Parenting from the neck up looks like saying to my kid, in a moment where I see they're upset, I want to explain. I want to talk about it. I want to moralize, rationalize, try to get to their brain. Somehow I'm believing that if they can think about it differently, they're going to feel differently. And that's totally not the gateway to solving things with our young kids. It's not the gateway to solving things with most humans. When we think about what we know in the brain, science tells us the brain can be described kind of like your hand. We have this prefrontal cortex that has our logical reasoning, cause and effect understanding, thinking about the future and planning. And we have a limbic system that's sort of emotional place where we have memories and our feelings get triggered. And then we have our full flipped lid amygdala in the center that shoots out the feelings of fight, flight, or freeze. And the trouble is we come up to a kid that's like half flipped or full flipped, and we try to rationalize with them with this neck up parenting, and it doesn't work because that's not where they're at. And so of course it wasn't working with Caleb, and of course I was causing some of my own frustration because I was coming about it with neck up parenting. And what he truly needed from me was help to regulate. And that is not about lecturing and rationalizing and all of that. Instead, I love to empower parents with the tools to be able to help children effectively come down, and then we can do our best teaching. The second key mistake that I was making and that I see a lot in parents was pinball parenting. So in that moment, I had a lot of different strategies coming into my mind. I had read Instagram posts and had people give me advice, and it was like bing, bing, bing. Things were just popping up that were all the thoughts out there. And really in the moment, I was just grabbing at this, that, over here. I don't know. I had no true sense of controlling and understanding what was going to be most effective in that moment. So I love to help parents in my programs to be able to have masterful ways to impact behavior, and in a way that has them feeling more calm and confident. Because friend, instead of being a pinball, you can find ways to be more predictable, to have a plan of action that is truly effective for that moment. And when you have that effective plan of action, you will be more likely to follow through because you trust it, you know it works. And when you follow through, you'll start seeing better results. And with better results, you feel more calm, and it all adds and adds and adds. But one secret to having a plan that you can follow through on is that it is simple and succinct. I see so much parenting advice out there that is like, here's the 75 things to think about in this giant chapter book. And I'm like, I can't even get through chapter 2. And then I'm like doing potty training, and then I'm on to sport with my kid. And like, there is just not time to get the whole 75 pages. So instead, I've boiled the best strategies down into a succinct recipe, a 3-step process that parents are using in nearly every parenting situation to be effective while they are calm and confident. The third common error that I see parents experiencing is that they're asking the wrong questions. Oh my gosh, was I there? Here I am with this 4-year-old saying, why are you doing this? Why can't you be different? Hello? He didn't have an answer for me. He's 4. It's like, I feel like if I could have an X-ray or a translator for 4-year-old language, he would be saying to me, Mom, it's because I'm a kid. It's my job to test rules and boundaries to see what happens when I do. That's my job. I'm just learning about the world. I just landed here 4 years ago. I don't know. I don't understand what's happening in my chest right now when I got into this water. I don't know. And so when we ask our kids, why are you doing this? Of course, they go deer in the headlights. They don't have an answer for us. Or they start saying silly, weird things. I've heard parents say that too. Like, I'll try to have this talk with my kid, and then they're like, hamburgers are square. Or like just some random what? And it's because they don't have an answer for you. But when I moved away from asking my son, why are you doing this? I made space for being able to move into, oh, it's not your job to understand why you're doing this. It's my job to be learning about what's underneath that behavior. So then my only question is, which one of my tools am I going to grab? When I understand that's what's going on, I'm more able to choose what tool is going to be most effective for it. So think about this, friend. You have possibly had these 3 errors just sucking hours out of your life. And it doesn't have to be that way anymore. Because every chunk of time you can think of that you have spent in those old patterns of neck up parenting, lecturing when they weren't listening, and pinball jumping all around without a succinct plan that worked, and being in a space where you're asking, why are you doing this? You can get that time back. Because the next part I'm going to give you is the secret to less anger.